Howdy tubers, as you can see, I've got an interesting lineup here. It's kind of a garage update. I'm preparing for a big winter storm that's coming through. And maybe you can hear the wind and the ice pelting the garage. The John Deere is in here. This is another project that I will film eventually. I say eventually because I'm waiting on a few things. But I managed to get the locking collar off the hub, and I'm soaking that because I got to slide these in like I said before. Project for another day. Today's project is because we got a big snowstorm coming, and I don't have a whole lot of time tonight, so I'm going to switch out the seat on Knocker, and I'm going to use Knocker because Knocker has the 3 sets of wheel weights on it, and I don't have time to take those off and transfer them onto Babe, and Babe isn't going to start too well right now. Anyhow, so we're just going to go with Knocker for this storm. I'm going to put the rear blade on, and either the rear blade or I'm going to put I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll do something. Anyway, I'm going to put the blade on Knocker, put the tire chains on Knocker, and then hopefully this winter storm can be handled. I got to go to work tomorrow when it's going to be at its worst. Come home, plow the driveway, and deal with that mess. Hopefully it goes well. Anyway, I'll get a little bit of this on camera as we go. Okay, folks, so next part here, I'm putting tire chains on. Maybe you can see I got that side done already. I want to do a little discussing while I do this, but this is my easy way to install tire chains on a garden tractor. I start like so, with the ends without the hooks. I'll show you in a moment here. But anyway, what I do is I try and stretch the chains. I mean, chain doesn't really stretch. Tire chains kind of do. I mean, they wiggle and they do whatever. Just a quick thing here about tire chains on egg tires. They always fall between your lugs, except for in certain points. So they're kind of useless, but they kind of help. Your best tire for snow removal and ice is a turf tire, and the only turf tire I would ever recommend for snow removal is a Sears turf tire, and that's not biased. That's because I've used a few different types of... Here's your hooks. You got one hook here and you got this hook here. Anyway, I'm going to stretch this out a little more here. And as you can see now, my chains have overlapped. Something you will learn a little bit here is with my chains, I do buy them a little bit big, and I don't cut them. That's right, I don't cut them to fit. Some of you are probably pretty darn perplexed right now. And maybe that's a good thing, because you're about to learn. With the tire chains that are too big, they overlap, so they kind of hold the ends a little bit better. And I'm going to block your way here to get this hook. This is a little bit harder hook to hook because it pulls your chains kind of tight. Anyway, so what I'm going to do next, now that I got my tire chains hooked and they're overlapped here, is I got one of the places I used to work at, did a lot of welding, and for whatever reason, they'd always throw away partially full spools of welding wire. So what I did is I would grab them. I always said I took the spools for Christmas lights, which is true. I have like 4 or 5 spools now that I've wound up my Christmas lights on. But anyway, you take this wire and you got some excess chain here from your strands. I don't know how well you can see this over here. You can hear that ice coming down pretty good, I hope. Anyway, you want to wire that excess of your chain up, and you want to stretch that so it's tight, continuing in its direction. And the reason you want to do that is so one, it's not flopping around, but two, if your hook comes unloose, and I'll tell you, it does happen occasionally. It's just the nature of the beast with tire chains, is they do come loose occasionally. But anyway, like I said, you want to wire up each side of your tire chain here. And like in this situation here, I don't know how well you can see, but there's this extra that sticks out. And you want to make that as tight as possible. I mean, albeit you're not going to make it tight like you got a ratchet strap on it. But what this does is it prevents you from, one, losing your tire chains, and two, like I said, it stops it from banging around and damaging your fenders like this. These fenders were damaged when I bought this little tractor here, so it's a little beyond what I've done. If it would have been me, it would have never happened. Well, maybe it would have, because it wasn't until I seen the fenders like this that I thought about making the tire chains a little tighter and using wire to hold things in place. I think it was a good buddy of mine who's since passed away, Bob Fowler, taught me a lot on these things. Anyway, I think he's the one that told me to wire my tire chains up. And then you just want to snip that extra off so that you don't have a sharp edge sticking out. But anyway, that's how I put my tire chains on. Of course, I use the jack so my tire spins freely. Makes life a lot easier. And anyway, that friend Bob that I'm talking about, this is his truck. I kind of inherited it from him when he passed away. It was a great gift from his wife and my parents. They worked together on this. And it gets taken care of the best out of everything here. It needs a little bit of work, but it's a good truck. Anyways, we'll be on to the next segment here in a moment. Okay, so in honor of this event, having to put all of this together, I will do a cold start here, so give me a moment, folks. Listen to that weather beat on the roof. Now y'all remember, this is top secret starting procedures because this is knocker. Not that it really needs to be top secret, it just, that's kind of what I've always said it is. So anyway, let's see how well knocker participates. Knocker hasn't ran in probably a month or two, so maybe just a month. Anyway, here goes. And I think what we got going on here is because it sat so long, the fuel in the carburetor has evaporated. There's knocker. There's Old Faithful back again running. We're going to let Knocker charge up that battery a little bit, and then we'll conclude this in a moment. Alrighty folks, it is cold, it is sleeting, it is going to be nasty. Knocker is ready to go. The seat didn't get changed out, and the lights for Knocker are out in the pickup. So if need be, which I'm pretty sure need be will be tomorrow, we will get the lights on here, and we will get some plowing video, hopefully. You know, notice Buck is covered up nicely. That'll be my seat cover tomorrow, is that ratty old tarp. I just want to make sure, because the peak isn't sealed up, that, you know, we don't get a bunch of snow on top of Buck, and pretty much anything in the center here gets covered in snow. So I got a few more things to move, but other than that, I'm done for the night. I'm going to bed. Gonna let it storm. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more, and look forward to some more video of the John Deere and plowing.